Ready to begin?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hi everyone. Today we've got Theo.
Yes. Yeah.
How you doing, Theo?
I'm good.
Tell me a bit about your driving so far. How much driving have you done before?
So I've been doing driving since last year, way before November, and then my test got cancelled. So I'd started lessons and I stopped back up again. So I've had probably over 20 hours.
Okay. And when do you have your test?
It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Afternoon.
How are you feeling about that?
A bit confident.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel confident I can pass.
Good. So we've had a little practice round, a little driving around from your house up to here, and it was pretty good. I haven't really got much to say. Just watch out for the gears, the way you're changing it. I think you had a little practice now, yeah?
Yeah.
So should we begin?
Yeah.
So the test is going to last approximately 38 to 40 minutes. We're going to be driving on different roads. At all times, I'd like you to follow the road ahead unless signs tell you otherwise. We'll do about 20 minutes worth of independent driving. We'll also do one reverse maneuver. Okay. If at any point during the test you're not sure what we're doing, just ask. And if I can help you, I will, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. When you're ready then, let's drive on. Just be careful of that curb over there as you're coming out, please, okay?
Okay.
Alright guys, I'm going to talk you through as we normally do on these videos, because there's going to be some bits that are a bit quiet, so I want to explain to you what's happening. So just starting off in the car park. This is not where you're going to start your test if you're doing your test in Hendon. It's like a residential bit, because we're not allowed to keep following the road round here to practice in the proper car park. We were just discussing what's like in the test center. So Theo done well there. I think the instructor was telling the learner about the test center, that's why they're waiting there. At the end here, let's turn left please. So approaching the junction nice and slow, good positioning here. It was nice and clear after that car, so off we went. Next, traffic lights, let's turn right please. So you notice I've told him nice and early that we're turning right. This is to give him a chance to change lanes. Turning right at the lights, yeah? I wasn't getting the hint, so I just had to remind him again. By that time the car got past, no big deal. Another car, just check his nose and stuff. But you notice the signal's still on. At this point, the right signal, and there's a road just on the right there. If you listen carefully, you can hear it clicking away. This is quite a common fault that a lot of learners make. When they're focusing on the driving, they don't hear that clicking noise. Remember, it's been put there so you can actually know that the signal's on when it shouldn't be, or when it's on when it should be. Then when you hear that sound, it should trigger your mind to switch it off, which is done. Put it back on because we are turning right at the lights, so that's good. Here you want to be checking your mirrors left and right as you go forward. And ideally you want to aim for the left lane, which is done really well there. So now it's struggling with the gears. Right now it's going back to 2. It's kind of neutral now, losing power, losing speed. And eventually it's gone to 3rd.
At the next traffic lights, let's turn right, please.
So the traffic lights are still a distance away, but the examiner will tell you early so that you can change lanes. Just changing from the left lane to the right lane takes a bit of effort and takes a bit of time, so once you hear that instruction, when you start checking mirrors, signaling that you're moving over and it's safe. Which is what Theo has done very nicely. Well done. Position himself to the right. So some people forget that they're going to turn right here, and they end up just in the lane just to the left of this one. You need to be on the far right lane like we are right now, because that's the only place you can turn right from this kind of junction here. Making sure that when you go through there, just keep an eye on that light and this light as well. You see, there's a line there on the floor next to the light, a stop line.
Pull over on the left in a safe place, please.
Stop there. So just asking him to pull over on the left in a safe place here.
Thank you. We're gonna start the independent driving now, okay? So I'd like you to follow a set of directions that I'm gonna give you. Yeah? So we're gonna get to the end of the road, there'll be a set of traffic lights. We're gonna turn left there. There'll be a set of another traffic lights. We're turning right, then I'll give you further instructions after. So left at the lights, and then right at the lights. Okay? So with this one, if you're not sure where you're going, you can't ask, okay? But don't ask like too late, ask before the junction, alright? When you're ready, please.
So most examiners will remind you that you can confirm, and it's really important that you do that if you're not sure where you're going, because it makes it a lot easier for you to drive and do the test. If you're trying to go into junctions and you're not sure where you're going, it can get very confusing, and you don't need to do that because they will tell you, it's not a secret. So don't be afraid to ask. So to get to this point was much longer, but I've just cut the video up a bit because there's bits that was nothing really going on. So I'll just cut it straight to the bit where the traffic light is. Got to be careful here as well, because some cars will turn with you and go straight as well, but most of them will turn a bit left and then right, but here some cars will go to where you're going as well, so just be careful when checking mirrors there. Well there. You don't go too far forward because otherwise you've got cars coming across that you don't block their path. That's pretty good.
Keep driving for now. I'll give you the second bit in a while, yeah?
So coming through here, it gets a bit tight around here, especially as you approach this light here. Because only one car can fit through here, which is why they've got the lights there. And I know a lot of people mention the fact that you shouldn't drive with your clutch or your foot above the clutch or the foot near the clutch like that. But for most learners, it's really helpful because you're ready for anything that happens. Once you get more experience and you don't want to drive like that, then you can move your foot to the side. But as a learner, especially on the test, just have your foot ready the whole time in case you have to stop suddenly or in case you need to change gears. Just makes it easier. So there, see, struggling with the gears again. Lift the clutch up while it's in gear 1. That's why the car jerked quite a bit there. Then here it gets really bendy and narrow, so be very careful down this bit. And this section as well, you might actually want to slow down to the extent that you might even have to stop sometimes because it's really narrow. And I'll show you what I mean in a second. So you've got the car coming there. So it's so close that I nearly grabbed the wheel there because he was, yeah, it's a bit too close to the right side there. So that was a fault for clearance. Should have actually slowed down a bit more than that. I was very close to grabbing the wheel, so it was too close.
Road bends towards the left, follow it that way please. Pull over on the left please, don't worry about any driveways or any lines, okay? Thank you. We're going to do the second part now, yeah? So we're going to get to a roundabout, we're going to turn right there, then you're going to get to a set of lights, you turn right there. Then you get another set of lights and you're turning right there as well. Okay, so what are we doing?
So get to roundabout, turn right, then get to set of lights, turn right, another set of lights, turn right.
Correct. If you're not sure, remember you can ask, okay? When you're ready, please.
So I'm just marking a few of the faults down, also marking that we've stopped. So when the examiner's marking things down, don't try to look, don't try to figure out what they're writing or what they're putting down. It's not going to help you. Just concentrate on the drive and concentrate on doing everything correctly. I know it can be quite hard, you might want to see what they're writing down, but you're not going to be able to see that anyway, so there's no point. Just focus on the driving instead. Doesn't mean you're doing badly if they're writing stuff down, by the way. It could just mean that they're writing stuff for the test. So don't let it stress you out. was a bit of hesitation there. There was a car that was quite far away. He could have gone. Just got a marking down now, so a bit of hesitation in the roundabout there.
No, it's actually a big light. It's just a pedestrian crossing, yeah?
So sometimes you get a situation where you get a pedestrian crossing, but when they say traffic lights, they're talking about these sort of lights here that control both sides of the traffic, not just a little small pedestrian crossing. And if you're not sure, you can ask, like Theo just did, just asked, is it this traffic light? And I said no, that's a pedestrian crossing. So don't be afraid to ask if you're not sure if that's the traffic light they mean. But there was no right turn there anyway, so. Very good mirror check there as the lanes merge. So here you had the signal on pretty early on before that traffic light. So you got a fault for timing with that signal, it's a bit too early. This test was after 10 o'clock and the bus lane stops in operation at 10 o'clock, and it's done really well to use it there. A lot of people just avoid it, but
so that's the end of the independent driving. I'll give you directions from now on, okay?
That's the end of the independent driving. I was just saying to Theo, I was just saying before, if it's the bus lane's out of operation hours, you should be using it, especially when it's clear like this. Bus lane again, so well done, but make sure you check each one individually, because when you get into a bus lane and it finishes, the next one might be a different time, so make sure you check that before you
take the next road on the left, please.
I'm turning left here as well. So there's a nice little costume shop on the left there if you guys want to get a costume for a party or something. Not sponsored by them, by the way, just...
This road bends towards the right, follow it that way please.
I was just surprised that there's a big costume shop there on the left. And then as the road bends towards the right, it looks like a one-way road, but it's actually not. Which is why I think they put arrows on the floor to show you that it's actually a two-way. It's very narrow, so you'd think sometimes in this kind of roads that it's a one way, but it's not. It's the junction that a lot of learners miss. I feel I've done well to see it and slow down properly. Checked it out. Saw a car and stopped, so well done. But a lot of learners are trying to go through
towards the left,
checking.
follow it that way please.
They've ended up getting a serious fault for that, obviously.
When it's safe, can you show me how to use your horn, please? Thank you.
Nice and straightforward.
Take the next road on the left, please, just after that parked car there, yeah?
It's a very sharp turn here.
pull over on the left in a safe place, please? Thank you. And then drive on, please, when you're ready. Turning right to the end, please. Can you pull over on the left just before the grey car over there, please? Don't worry about any driveways or yellow line, yeah? Don't get too close to that, please. Anywhere around here is good. Thank you. Okay. We're going to use this car to do the parallel park exercise. So when you're ready, I'd like you to pull up beside it and then reverse into the space behind, in front of it, yeah? You can finish anywhere within 2 car lengths. When you're ready, please.
So just doing a parallel park here. You want to start off nice and slowly, pull up beside the car, which is what Theo has done. And get straight into reverse. Nice observations so far. But keep watching and you see the mistake that he makes here. So far so good, the way he's looking around perfect. Looking everywhere. Over the shoulders, it's great work so far. But you notice now he's looking just at the left mirror. Well, look how long he looks there for. He's forgotten about the right side. So he right now is actually parked. He could have finished it here. But he decided to reverse back more without checking over the right. And I've spotted a car coming round the car. I actually had to brake there because he's carried on reversing as the car squeezing past us.
Let's drive on, please, when you're ready.
Which is a shame because you could have stopped much earlier and finished it without getting a serious fault. But because you heard the words park within 2 car lengths, you assumed you had to be 2 car lengths away, which is what a lot of learners do sometimes. But it's not saying park 2 car lengths away. They're saying park anywhere within 2 car lengths. So you could park 1 car length, 1.5 car lengths, or 2 car lengths. Anywhere within that space. If you finish the maneuver before you get to 2 car lengths,
Take the next right
there and you're done. Less likely to make more mistakes.
At the end of the road, turn left, please.
Very good.
Traffic lights, turn left, please.
like the way he's getting into gear 1 just before stopping as well. So that actually makes him ready for the next bit. That's why I teach him a lot of my learners as well, because you don't want to be in gear 2 stopping and then trying to go into gear 1 afterwards when the light's already turning green.
Traffic lights, we're turning left, yeah?
So this is the home stretch, nearly finished. Still want to be focused here though. Don't get too relaxed.
Theo, take the second road on the right. Okay, so this is the first one. Second one is just after it, yeah?
So this is quite a big gap here. He could have taken that. But he decided not to, so that was a minor bit of hesitation. But if in doubt, just wait. Don't risk it. Coming to the test center. Just gone past it on the left there.
Okay, we're just gonna drive forward into the bay there. It doesn't have to be perfect, just so we're out of the way, okay? Just do it nice and slowly. Doesn't have to be perfect in the bay, yeah? Thank you. Okay. Switch the engine off. Just give me a couple of seconds to add this up here. 1, 2.
Okay, so that's pretty much the end. He's done okay. So well done for trying, Theo. I'll let you guys just watch the debrief.
Alright, Theo, how do you feel that went?
Could have done better.
Yeah.
I think it was the gears that let me down the most.
Yeah.
Changing from 2 to 3. Because there's quite a lot of times where I stayed in 2 because I knew if I would go to 3, I would kind of.
Were you worried about going to 3?
Yeah, so I think that's most of the time. That's why I stayed in 2. I think that let me down. I think the parking as well. I think I just had it, but when the car came past,
Yeah.
and then you stopped and
Yeah.
you could.
So you're right. So the gears did let you down. They let you down kind of early on as well.
Yeah.
Onto the dual carriageway, you were struggling with
Yeah.
that, isn't it? You were kind of going like that, but then just throwing it into neutral, and then you wasn't getting any power, were you?
Yeah.
Because you weren't going into 3. Well, I noticed you're using a lot of force when you're doing this. You're gripping the gear stick quite hard, and then you're trying hard to get it into gear. Do it softer, like just less force. You're gonna get it into 3.
Okay.
Even to go into 1, less force to go into 2. So the gear stick doesn't require like lots of pressure to work. If you're using lots of pressure, you're more likely to get it wrong. Just have your hand relaxed and then do it nice and smoothly. Yeah, it doesn't require a lot of force. I know it's different from the car you've practically been working in before, isn't it? So probably that's why.
Yeah.
But in most cars, if you're gonna go into 3, just into neutral and then slowly up again into gear 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So you did get a serious for that, and then a few 3 minors for that as well, because you've done it a few times and then it's turned into a serious, yeah. And just talking about what happened in the dual carriageway, that caused you to lose a lot of speed.
Yeah.
So you got one for your speed, a minor for your speed on that,
Okay.
and Yeah, so the couple of this parking one. So you were doing the parking really well to begin with, yeah? You use the same technique that I teach a lot of my learners, which is left and then right when you get near the end, right? But as you got nearer to the end, you weren't looking around anymore. You just carried on looking.
Was that when I was coming in, or?
So you're coming in and you're looking around nicely.
Yeah.
Then you've done your first left, yeah? Then you've done your right. And you're looking around nicely. But then when you're getting close to the curb, you forgot about the other side. You start concentrating too much on the curb, and it was actually going to be a minor because you were doing it for a bit, but then you carried on loads of space, not looking back as well. Which is why you missed that car coming. Did you see it coming?
Yeah, I didn't see it at all.
Yeah, I thought so. Because if you saw him coming, what would you have done?
I would have stopped.
Yeah, because it was quite a tight gap there as well that he had to go past, and then you were carrying on reversing quite fast, which is why I had to brake because it was a bit too much speed for you there. Yeah.
Okay.
Why were you going back so far, by the way?
Because I was trying to get both wheels like same level. And
right.
Because you said 2 car lengths, I was going to go back and then just stop.
That's what I thought. A lot of people misunderstand that. It's within 2 car lengths.
So,
do you know what that means, within? So it doesn't mean aim for 2 car lengths away. It means you can park anywhere within 2 car lengths. So you already completed it way before.
I think it meant like 2 cars had to fit in the
No.
Okay.
It's within 2 car lengths away. So when you're parking next to this car here, yeah? So this is 1 car length. This is 2 car lengths. You can finish anywhere here, you can finish here, you can finish here.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that aim for like here so that cars can fit into there.
Oh, I see.
Does that make sense? So they say park anywhere within 2 car lengths so that you know you can. Basically what they're saying is don't park miles away and don't park too close. Yeah. You can have lots of room to work with within 2 car lengths. Yeah. So don't aim for that. Yeah. I thought that's what you're doing because that's what a lot of learners, they'll hear 2 car lengths and then they'll aim for 2 car lengths away because you actually finished it like around here. Your car's perfectly straight there, so I thought you were gonna stop there. Yeah. But then you carried on reversing and then without looking back. So that was a shame, that one, because that one you definitely could have like done, because you done well to begin with too. Yeah. Just make sure you're looking everywhere, yeah?
Okay.
So you got a few minor faults as well. Let's go through those. So your timing of your signal. One time we were turning right on the independent drive.
I turned it off and I realised it was too late. The first one that I'd done coming out of the test centre.
Yeah, you done the change lanes, yeah, but I left that one as a normal because you done the change lanes and then you forgot to take it off. If you had gone past that road with it on, I would have given you a fault for that, yeah, but you didn't, so you turned it off. It wasn't for that one, it was for the last part of the independent driving. So we've done right at the roundabout, and then right at the traffic lights, which were quite far away, and then right at the traffic lights again, yeah? So the last right of those traffic lights, you put on the signal really early.
Oh, was that coming down the hill?
Yeah, people might think you're doing something else there, yeah? Sometimes you're not checking the mirrors before you signal. Sometimes you're checking just one mirror, sometimes you're not checking at all. But a lot of times you are checking, but a few times you didn't check, yeah? Okay. Clearance. So this is going through that narrow road, that narrow country road, you know, Babosh Hop? Yeah. So we're coming through. Did you see that black car come in? Did you see how he actually slowed down, maybe even stopped? Do you know why he did that?
That's too close to there.
Because the space is really small, that's why. But you were going through there quite quick, which is why, I don't know if you noticed, I nearly went to grab the wheel, because I thought you were going to clip that guy's mirror.
Is that a 20 or?
It's a 30.
Oh, okay. It
was turning into a 20 just as you're going past that guy, but regardless of the speed limit, it could be a 60 there, but because it's so narrow, you have to go much slower than that. If you're going to go that close to the car, go a lot slower, okay? I'll give you that for the speed, I'll give you for the speed for the same thing as well. Hesitation, so you got 2 minors for this. This is at the first roundabout of the independent driving, we're turning right. So you waited nicely for the learner car that went past, I don't know if you remember. But then there's another car coming out of the side road that was turning to come towards us. And you wait for him as well. You didn't have to wait for him, there's lots of time for you to go. And then just now turning into the test centre. You know he was a bit, because that guy wasn't even he was even confused. He was thanking you for waiting for him because it was a bit long, yeah. It was really far away, he could have gone there, yeah. So you got 2 undue hesitations for that. We already discussed the parking. So yeah, this shows you tomorrow what you can kind of, you know, watch out for,
so was it the 2 serious faults that I got, or? Yeah,
you got 2 serious. So one for the parking and one for the gears.
And then how many minors in total?
You got 12 minors. Okay. Yeah, 3 for gears, 3 for not checking your mirrors before you signal, 1 for your timing of your signal, 1 for clearance, 2 for your speed. This is for the dual carriageway because you lost a bit of speed there. And then 2 for undue hesitation. Yeah, Do you agree with all those?
Yeah,
you remember them as
I
well,
think
yeah?
if I just get the gears, obviously the car that I'm learning tomorrow, if I get
You're
the
used
gears,
to that, isn't it?
I think I do it right, and then just
Make sure you look around when you're doing the
Yeah,
parking as well.
definitely,
And
Yeah.
if you get the parallel park, it's not 2 car lengths away. It's anywhere within 2 car lengths because you done it really easily there.
yeah.
You finished it much earlier than you needed to. You could have like just finished it there, but you carry on reversing unnecessarily. So once it's like straight and it's within 2 car lengths, don't do any more.
Yeah.
But make sure you're not focusing too much on just one space,
Okay.
looking all around you, because otherwise you miss that big blue car that's going past you. Yeah.
Okay.
But that was pretty good actually. You only got two series. I've had people get worse than this and then pass the next day.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about your test tomorrow?
I do feel confident. It's just I just need to look around in every turn in parking and everything, because I think that's what I don't even do as well for my instructor. So if I look around, he said I'll be fine.
Yeah, just make sure you're looking everywhere, okay? But well done. So that's the end of that. Should we drive towards football?
Yeah.
Okay. Well done, Theo.